We'll start with the obvious caveat that I don't love Joel Embiid being injured, right? Let's start there. I don't love him now officially falling short of the 65-game threshold for being considered for major award accolades at the end of the season. I do love that the shape of the MVP conversation feels like it's going to be a little different. That there's just some new arrivals, some returning champions, sort of a bunch of different folks. I saw that just before we got on, our friend Tim Bontemps, your coworker at ESPN, put out the new edition of his straw poll. And with Embiid being out of the mix, Nikola Jokic goes right up to the top of that conversation. And obviously richly deserved and has been sensational for a team that is vying for the number 1 seed in the West. But that you also have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, like whatever it's, I think it's like 31, 5.5, and 6.5 on 54% shooting for a 2-guard while leading the league, or while for a point guard rather, while leading the league in steals. Like, it's just ridiculous numbers, ridiculous production, and ridiculous impact on winning. And then, you go through it, there's the familiar faces like Luka Doncic, maybe going to lead the league in scoring now with Joel Embiid out of the way and almost putting up 10 assists tonight as well. Like, Giannis is shooting 65% on twos and putting up 31, 11, and 6. He has, it's not a shocker that he would have the most made field goals inside of 5 feet. He has made 494 shots within 5 feet of the rim. Second place is Zion Williamson with 320. The gap between Giannis and Zion, 1 and 2, is the gap between Zion and Bam Adebayo in 54th.
Wow.
So as many things,
contextualizing it that way is insane.
Yeah, as many things as have gone, been like, weird and janky for the Bucks, like that part, Giannis go boom still works really, really well. And that, there's, Kawhi Leonard getting back into the conversation and Jalen Brunson getting the MVP chance, as you mentioned. Donovan Mitchell, like, it feels like we've got some fresh blood in that conversation. And while the way we get there is a bummer, it can be like a reason to actually kind of celebrate the different ways in which these guys are getting their teams where they need to be.
Love that. And I agree with you. Again, nobody wants to see anybody hurt. There might even be some people that are kind of frustrated now and seeing how exactly the rules are applied or work. But it is exciting to at least have new blood, fresh blood in the race. I had Shai, in my top 5 last year, I'm pretty sure. But the context around that and the way people will think about it and consider him for this award is totally different when you're talking about OKC being potentially a top 3 seed. So it's amazing to see him in this race.